Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm a manifestation coach. All the information is below to my website. I coach with emails and audio specifically tailored to help you achieve the most magnificent results in your manifestational game. Just a reminder, for another 9 days, you can get coaching with me for a month, which is an unlimited emails and audios all month long for $500. It's a really already a really discounted price because my channel is still growing and I wanted to give up an opportunity for people to get coaching with me and get the help they need. I will be raising my prices slowly. But for another 9 days, you can get it for $500. It will be $750 after that. And then I will raise it again at some point. What I offer and the amount of time that I spend with each client is enormous. You literally aren't going to find this kind of coaching in particular anywhere else. Please email me with any questions. I do prefer you use Cash App when you book. I do also offer one-on-one sessions via Zoom. That's $100 an hour. Okay, so I really wanted to cover something that, honestly, when I was doing my research on this subject, there's just basically very scarce information here and there. You would really have to research for years for this, what I'm going to give you right now, okay? This is why you hear so many people say, it's not true, it doesn't work, bringing back an SP is really hard and all this nonsense. It's not. It's just that the information isn't readily available and not a lot of people know how to do it, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible or hard, okay? So this is for those of you who really need it, because some of you really went about it the wrong way in the beginning because you've created this person into your life. You've met this person, you've fallen in love, and then something happened and things went bad, right? And for whatever reason, you either chased them or texted them a million texts or emailed them a million emails. Not for whatever reason, because you were in love, but you basically went about it the wrong way because you didn't understand how this all works. And the most important thing is that you didn't understand how you even created that circumstance in your life. Okay, so don't despair, please, chill out, take a deep breath. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to turn this all around. So the number one thing I do want to stress is that it really doesn't matter what happened up until now. It doesn't matter how much of a fool you think you made of yourself. It doesn't matter how impossible it may seem right now to you that things will ever turn around. They will, if you do exactly what I say to you. And this will be a general audio, of course, because everybody's different and everybody's situation is different. So this is why I offer coaching. Okay, so right now, if you're in a situation where, I don't know, it could be a plethora of situations, but, if they blocked you, they're not talking to you, things are really bad, they're not treating you right, and all this kind of stuff. So if you're still talking to them and they're turned into a complete asshole towards you, stop talking to them for a second. Okay, I know it's going to be hard for some of you, but you need to just listen and pay attention to what I'm going to tell you. Otherwise, do whatever you need. You want to do. You need to stop talking to them for a while. And if they're not talking to you, stop sending them text messages and stop sending them anything. No WhatsApp, no Instagram, nothing. Okay. The second thing you need to realize is that this whole situation was created by you. because you went about it the wrong way. There is a fundamentally some kind of a belief that you're working with that created the situation. Okay, and that is truly worth examining so that you don't create the situation again once you bring them back. Usually, that has to do with poor self-esteem, the belief that they won't love you back, or that who you love can't possibly love you back. All these kinds of nonsensical beliefs. Because the truth is, and this is the real truth, is that this SP is madly in love with you. They're madly in love with you. You just created the situation because you believe something else, and you behaved in a way that created the situation. I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, but it's worth examining the kind of thoughts you project out into the universe to create situations. Okay? Now, don't worry, nothing is lost, okay? It's just a learning experience so that you can learn not to do it again. And I really mean it, like, don't worry. Don't feel bad about anything that happens. 100% validate that experience and be like, it's okay. I am human. I am learning. Okay, because there are a lot of so-called teachers and coaches out there that will make you feel so shitty. You're not going to want to get out of bed. Okay. Don't worry, nothing, like literally not a goddamn thing went wrong. I want to tell you this 100% right now. Okay? It's just a learning experience. It literally will not matter because it will all turn around if you do what I say for you to do. Don't feel bad about anything. I want to stress this like a million gazillion times because this is really going to be important going forward. You're not going to feel bad about this experience. This is the only way you're going to bring them back. You're not going to apologize. You're not going to feel bad. You're going to 100% own, that you texted them a million texts, that you chased them, that you begged them even, that you cried for them and tried to, everything in the 3D to make them change their mind. It's okay. It's okay. You just didn't know. It's okay. It's okay. We're all learning. This is why you're here. This is why you're listening. Okay? And this is really important. You have to make friends with the situation as it is right now. You have to completely own it and be like, I'm human, I'm learning, I have feelings. This is why I acted the way I did. Okay, this is really, really important. I want to really stress this and I want you to really understand it, that nothing went wrong. Okay. Now, in the 3D world, you are going to have to stop talking to them. And in the meantime, what you are going to have to do is two things. Number one, you're going to examine your belief system and understand why is it that you acted this way and why did you think those thoughts that created the situation. This is really important, and it's this is what I do in one-on-one coaching, so I can't really cover it because I don't know what kind of even belief system we're working with. But like I said, it usually has to do with something like I don't deserve it, and the universe said your wish is my command, and they left. Okay. And number two, you are going to have to work on yourself. So whether it's, picking up a new hobby, focusing more on your business, taking interest in a new subject, whatever it is that makes you happy, going shopping for new clothes, reading new books, writing books, I don't know, whatever it is you would love to do. And this is crucial because what you're doing is that you're investing in yourself. You're turning the attention on yourself. Where before you were chasing, texting. No, you're turning around the game and you're focusing on you. If you want to go get a manicure, go get a manicure. If you want to go to the gym, go to the gym. If you want to And I mean, you literally have to make yourself do this, because I know some of you are going to be so depressed at this point in time that it's going to be like you need to force yourself to do these things. But you literally need to focus the attention on yourself. This is the only way this is going to work. Okay? And when you start doing these things, and please be patient, because it's not going to be like, oh, look, I'm getting a manicure. Is he texting me yet? No. Just like chill for a second. No, this is not for, you're not going to get, this kind of reaction from the universe. You sincerely need to invest attention in yourself and make yourself the priority. Make yourself the god or the goddess of your reality, which is that you are. You just forgot a little bit about it, but now I am reminding you, and you're being reminded because in the first place, why you created the situation is because you forgot that you are the creator of your reality and the god of your reality. Okay, so you're going to do everything to upgrade your life, to upgrade your business, whatever it is you're working on in your life. You need to really invest and pay attention to what it is that makes you happy. With or without this person, you need to become a better creator and a better attention director towards yourself. Okay, because it's all about you anyway. The moment you start paying attention more to what's going on the outside, this is when you lose control of the situation. So you're going to meditate, you're going to script, you're going to affirm things that you want, you're going to rescript the situation. And at the same time, you're going to realize how the power the entire time has always been within you to change anything, including the situation, and how none of this other stuff that happened really has anything to do with you. And by doing all these things, I'm just giving you the short version here because, literally, it would have to be a one-on-one coaching to really expand on that, particularly, addressing your particular situation. And what you're going to do with that, you're going to completely transfer yourself into a parallel reality in which everything you scripted and the way that you want things to be is already so. And the other situation it's not even relevant. You're not even in that reality anymore. You've become somebody different. Okay? And I want you to stay there for as long as you can. You don't call them, you don't nothing. Okay? What you're doing is internal work. You're completely redoing yourself, thus your reality changes. You can rescript any embarrassing situation if that's what you want. That's fine. I've done that plenty of times. You can rescript the person if you want to change them. If there are certain, attributes that you would rather not, have in them. But the main point here is that you're changing yourself. You're changing who you are so that you attract a different reality, that you're creating a different reality. Because the reality that's outpictured is what you have inside. Your thoughts created the initial situation. So now you're going to create something different. And to create something different, you have to be a different person. Okay? So you cannot be the same person who is insecure or, desperate or anything like that. You have to become an entirely different individual so that this person gets, don't worry, it's not going to be like they're going to forget about you. This person is going to all of a sudden start thinking about you completely differently. They're going to get a thought in their mind like, oh my God, suddenly they're not texting me anymore and they seem like they're enjoying their life, and I don't understand. Something's different. The energy's different. Shit, have I made a mistake? The biggest mistake of my life. So This is not to manipulate. This is to manifest. So you really have to understand what I'm telling you is that you're not going to just go get manicures and go to the gym to attract your new person back. And that's it. No, you are becoming a completely different person so that you are changing your game entirely across the board in every department of your life, but also with your SP, because the game needs to change for you to attract a different situation and for you to ultimately attract a different kind of SP who's never going to treat you that way again and who's going to crawl on the floor in front of you and beg for you to come back, like beg for you to come back. With this, you're really creating a much higher self-esteem. Self-love is the fundamental situation that needs to be present in your life at all times. Okay? If you have self-love in place, you don't have to worry about anything else. Okay? If you're in the mentality that you are the most important person in your world, you never again repeat those kinds of mistakes like chasing and begging. What the fuck are you begging for? You're creating this stuff anyway. You understand? So perhaps this person even taught you the most valuable lesson in your life, that you don't have to do any of that stuff. And when you do, things just run away from you. You don't chase, you attract. You just sit still and do your mental exercise on this person not hypnotizing them, but essentially rescripting and doing all of this mental work. And then you manifest a different version, okay? The paying attention to yourself and creating new hobbies and doing all this other stuff that's focusing on you is something you should have been doing in the first fucking place, okay? Because honestly, okay, it's kind of boring to be with a person who is only all about you and doesn't have any kinds of other interests and doesn't really take care of themselves in terms of, the broad spectrum of their interests. So you need to become somebody that has already that version of the best kind of version of SP, the best kind of relationship. So what would that person, you, the new version of you, be like? So this is why I mentioned all the hobbies and all this kind of stuff. And then inevitably you're going to get your situation changed. I don't care how bad you thought your situation was. It's going to transform itself because now you are a completely different version of yourself. A parallel universe version in which everything you want is already the way that it is. And never again are you going to make that mistake of begging or asking twice for something or anything like that. They're going to understand that if they act that way again with you, you're going to be gone and they'll never find anybody like you again. And the reason is because now you are aware of your worth, of your self-worth. You directed the attention to yourself and not to them. Now they know it's all about you, as it should be. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be a complete asshole towards them and not offer them love and affection, but the initial person, the protagonist of your story, of your fairy tale, is you. And you should never forget that, not for 1 second, not for any person in any kind of situation. And now, the final thing. When they start reaching out to you or texting you or emailing you or whatever, asking for you, for your forgiveness and begging for you to come back, don't respond for some time. Make them understand that that you're a golden statue, that you're a gift, okay, to this person in their life. They have to deserve your attention back. They have to deserve something that they used to have and did not appreciate, quite frankly. It's okay, you played into it, we know, but you have to make them work for your presence in their life again, so that they understand that what's what in this situation, And it also gives you the time to think about whether you even want them back, actually. Because you might change your mind. You might be so different from the time that you last spoke to them that you might not even want them back. But if you do, I mean, it just gives you the time to think about and read their messages, or maybe meet them for a coffee or whatnot, and think if you even want them. But initially, don't respond and take some time to think about things, how it feels to you. Because the reality of things is that they had you and they let you go. So now you have to think about whether or not this is even worth investing your energy in again. But the most important thing I want to say is that you will be amazed and dazzled at how accurate your scripting will be, at how precise everything will turn out, because you finally took control of the situation and you didn't beg, you didn't chase, you didn't ask for anybody's, permission or anything like that. You commanded the situation and you completely twisted it around in your favor, because that is what's supposed to happen. And lastly, I'm going to say this. If by the end of this experience and this investment in yourself and scripting and affirming and meditating, you still feel like you really need this person for happiness, you're not there yet. Okay? You have to feel like you don't really need this person. You have to feel like whether they're here or they're not, you're 100% whole, you're 100% complete, your self-esteem is through the roof, your self-love is through the roof, everything that you're doing is successful, and you're 100% a different person. If you're welcoming them back into your life out of neediness and you feel like you need them, don't talk to them for a while still. You have to reach a point where you're letting them back into your life because they have something to offer you, something to add to your life, not to take away. It has to be a give and take relationship. And it has to be that if they're here or not, it doesn't matter. Your life still goes on and you're 100% on schedule with everything else that is going on in your life. And if they come back and they don't act a certain way that you would like them to, then it just means you have a little bit more work to do. And then maybe don't see them still. You really have to get this right in order not to suffer again. Okay? In other words, it's going to be your way or the motherfucking highway. Okay? Suffering is not necessary and it's very costly. So in order to not repeat the same mistake again, you're just going to have to take baby steps in the beginning when they do come back to you. And you have to hone it and figure out what is the right next move. So this is why I'm offering coaching. I'm going to stop right here. It's already so long. If you need to reach out to me, all the information is below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.